Sports photography can be very challenging. You have this complex camera with all these settings, and sometimes you might not know where to begin. I know I was there when I was first learning the camera, and today in this video, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to take better pictures with any camera. Alright, let's get into it.
So for my first tip, it's going to be to use faster shutter speed. I'm going to kind of go through some of my pictures and show you some of the shutter speeds I use to get the desired image I want. Alright, so for this picture in particular, you can see my shutter speed is 1/1600. For sports, usually the rule of thumb is anything 1/1000 or faster. Something within that range. Well, you might be asking, what if my image is too dark? What if I don't have a f2.8 aperture? Because I have more of an expensive lens. Say your aperture only goes to f4.5, for example. What you want to do in that case is just bump your shutter speed to as high as you can, even if it's not 1600. From there, you want to adjust your aperture, and then you go into ISO. And don't be afraid of ISO. If you need to bump it up super high to get the proper exposure, by all means do that. And you can always alter settings in Lightroom and in editing softwares, for example. Alright, now moving on to some other pictures. So these are some running pictures I took. You can see my shutter speed is even higher. You can see my shutter speed is 1/2500. Since it's daylight, I can afford to bump that shutter speed up, and that's going to freeze the motion even more. Remember that the higher your shutter speed, the more frozen your picture is going to be. Alright, so my second tip is to anticipate the action. The best sports photographers don't just react, they anticipate. You have to read the game, know where to position yourself, and kind of where to go. So a good example of this was at the end of a game, end of a soccer match. And there's a tradition our teams do that if they win a game, they stick a sticker like on this board. So there was about a minute left in the match, and I was on the other side of the field. And I knew this was going to happen since we were winning. So I walked all the way around the field, and I positioned myself right here so I could be in the perfect spot. This way I was able to capture all the emotion and be right in on the moment instead of across the field. You don't just want to be stagnant. You want to be moving around, looking for different things. You want to really anticipate what's going to happen. And the more you shoot, the more you're going to be able to pick up on these keys and know where to be at what time. So that really just comes with practice. Alright, so my third and final tip is to capture emotion and story. Don't just focus on action, look for emotion. The moments before the game are just as powerful. Maybe it's a coach giving a pep talk, a team huddling up, or even a player reacting to a big play. A lot of people look to capture that big play, that big moment, but they don't look to capture the emotions, the fans in the crowd, and things on the sidelines, things that other people might not notice. So don't just go for that big play. Look for those other things as well. Some pictures I have that showcase that emotion are some of these cross-country pictures I took. You can see after the races, these athletes are super happy. They're hugging each other. They're shocked. Just all these emotions. Just all these emotions that you wouldn't get if you just got them running, for example. You have a coach, for example, super excited, pumped up. Maybe it's someone that's locked in, all these different emotions. So yeah, don't focus on the big plays. Look for other things as well. Things that tell a story. You don't want plain predictable pictures. You want pictures that stand out and tell a story.
Well, those are my tips on how to take better pictures no matter what camera you're using. If you found this video useful, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below. Thank you all for watching. My name is Nate Powers, and I'll see you all in the next one.